Another power-packed morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Intel Gamer Days. My name is Salty, and joining alongside is not going to be aggressive this time. This time we have got Oro, my dear friend, from the same city itself. He is here to watch some games of Valorant, and I was like, yo, bro, listen to me. Aggressive has had his problems with his internet, with his electricity, with everything. I'm like, you get stable first. We need somebody who can actually be with me throughout the course. So we've gotten Oro. It's going to be interesting because currently, Oro, we are in the playoff stage of the tournament. Intel Gamer Days is currently live. It will go until the 5th of September. We'll talk about the format, but before that, we'll have to talk about what are the stakes in hand, and that is going to be the big prize pool that we have, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we've been talking about the prize pool. We've been talking about the good competition that we get to see. But somewhere down the line, Oro, I feel like grassroots level tournaments like these, it's very important for the community. It's very important for the Valorant scene.
Okay, let's have a look at the prize pool then, Salty. As you have already mentioned about the maximum chunk. So, whoever is going to win this Intel Gamer Days tournament is going to win 2 lakh Indian rupees, and the runners-up are going to get awarded with 1 lakh Indian rupees. But see, we have always seen this thing that the maximum chunk always goes to the winners, but other than that, there's also a bragging right which comes with it. You have said that the grassroots level, these tournaments help these players. The format is right in front of our screens. You have already mentioned that this is the playoff stage going on. And if I'm not wrong, today is the upper bracket semifinals one, which we're going to witness in some time. So already these teams are these teams are getting chances. So even if they lose out on this opportunity, they will have an opportunity in the lower bracket. So whoever is gonna lose out on this situation, we'll see that. But then obviously the grand finals is going to happen on 5th of September. But then before that, we have to witness these 2 matches, and whoever is going to win it is going to qualify directly for the grand finals.
So that a best of 3, which is going to be interesting to watch. And currently, we've seen the best of 3 is actually not going in anybody's favor. The map view, ladies and gentlemen, in front of us, it is going to be Team CC versus Rat Syndicate. Ascend has been banned, Sunset has been banned, Lotus and Corrode has been picked. Now, I don't understand the pick with Corrode, to be honest. It is one of those maps which has been recently added and then just directly added to that competitive circuit, and all of a sudden the players are like, what do we do with it? It's not very different, to be honest, from a normal Sunset or from a normal Ascent, but nonetheless, Rat Syndicate picking up a Lotus, it will be very interesting to watch if they actually take the lead, because so far, let me give you this hint. Rat Syndicate is composed of a majority of professional players who have played professional at some point in their life. They will be our favorites for this competition, especially for this best of 3. I'm not sure how well CC will come up, but Corrode is going to be the specific pick. So there might be something happening, but Chillcord as well. Oh, wow. Now, I take back my words. CC actually is Chillcord. They are also a very experienced team. Look at those names. Venka is going to be there, Techno, Helef, BC, and Kohli. Meanwhile, on the other side, it is going to be the Rat Syndicate. Have a look at that. You've got Sinks, Paradox, UV, Tricky, and Homeboy. Homeboy being very brilliant in the last couple of days. The man has been swinging around with that neon and causing destruction. But I think this is possibly the game of the tournament. The Rat Syndicate versus Chillcord should actually be the grand finals as well. If either team does lose from this one, I think in the lower brackets as well, they are going to have a dominating run. So ladies and gents who are witnessing this competition so far, let me just tell you, I believe this can actually be a virtual final in itself. But before we actually head on to that, let's have a look at the agent selection. Venka on Neon. Techno, as usual, will play the Omen. You've got Vice on BC, which is not a bad sentinel when it actually comes to the map of Lotus. On the other side as well, you've got the Vice as the sentinel. Breach on either side, Fade on either side. It is completely cloned compositions on each side. Have a look at this, Oro. Rat Syndicate and Chillcord going ahead with the same composition. Any thoughts about it?
I think it's a good composition, and I already expected a Vice pick. Obviously, in the current meta, Lotus Vice is a good pick to have central. I thought Chamber could have been a better pick, because with the trademark, you can place it now anywhere. The buffs have come up with that agent. So yeah, other than that, there's a neon pick. Pretty okay with it. And also, I thought there would have been a raise somewhere down the lane, but I think the teams have already got their plans in place and they'll execute it accordingly. Because at the end of the day, I think I've seen Rat Syndicate on Saturday. They were playing Diversity Esports. I think it was Friday. Yeah, Friday. They're playing Diversity Esports, and they pretty well executed on that map, and they won it pretty one-sided. So yeah, I have to see Paradox. He was pretty good on that breach today. Again, he has got that. So obviously, that neon combination with that breach is going to be a good, a combo play coming in over there. Fade, I think, is an agent which you will see in all the maps right now with that haunt, with that seize. I think those kind of abilities just helps and enhances the execution or the plans which these teams have got.
To be honest, talking about the plans, I think both the teams will have their individual plans. This is one of those games which might actually go to the third map, ladies and gentlemen. I will be hoping for a quick finish, but this seems to be like it will go all the way. Now, who gets the lead is the question. Had Aggressive been here, he would have actually gone in with Shilcord. And I somehow believe the same as well, because when you've got players like Helef, when you've got players like Techno and Venka, now Venka is a technical beast. This man is a mechanical masterclass. When he comes in on a duel, a 1v1 duel against you, he is always going to take the edge. Techno has always been the guy with the brains. He's always been that man who kind of lingers in the shadows and waits for his opportunities to prowl. So with such amazing compositions and such amazing players coming together, I'm just waiting for the game to begin. But before we actually begin, Oro, let's just continue the tradition that we have on the desk before we begin. That is one prediction from your end for the map of Lotus.
I'll go with Chilcot, because obviously you mentioned the players, right? Techno, Venka, LF. These are experienced players, and previously they were part of an organization like called SA12, obviously, and they were doing really good, I think, on the official circuit. And now they have come down to Chilcot, and I just want to see how the fresh, name comes up with that. And I'll just pick Chilcot right now.
All right, if you're going with Chilcord, I'm going to go with Rat Syndicate, because again, Rat Syndicate also does have a couple of my friends. But ladies and gentlemen, make sure if you also want to game with your friends and want to rank up and possibly get yourself a tag as good as possibly Venka, then you might actually check out Vijay Sales as well, because this is the moment where you can actually go and get yourself some amazing deals, some amazing Intel Core Power gaming laptops with massive savings are there at Vijay Sales, all for you guys. What you can do though, you can get savings of up to 40,000 on Intel Core powered gaming laptops. You can actually use a code on Game 8 that actually gets you a flat 8% discount on Intel Core powered gaming laptops, and on bigger with flat 10% sales with Game 10. Same, the codes will be popping up left, right, and center. Keep looking out for those codes. But ladies and gentlemen, we head on to the server. This is the map of Lotus, and Chilco, they start on the attacking side of things. Rat Syndicate, they will hold the defensive fortress. Now, looking at the setup, it seems to be like a very default setup to start things off. A very slow start to this competition so far. Rat Syndicate just waiting for Chilcod's nod to start an initial contact. DC has been spotted. The sheriff strikes, sinks, falls. The lovely little dink from that sheriff gives Rat Syndicate a massive disadvantage to start with, Oro.
Yep. They are rotating towards C, and okay. DC gets the second one onto Paradox. Was just trying to find one pick. But then, obviously, the site is wide open. They can just go in. They're still waiting. Just waiting for the smoke. The smoke is in now, and Neon will make a run in. The Paranoia. Okay, they have kept it back right now. They have the site up for grabs. They will plant the spike right now. And it's going to be a difficult retake now, Salty. UV was coming. Okay, he was trying to come for a backstab, but he isn't now. He is with his team. Okay, is he? No, he is coming. Wait, he's just waiting for his team to make a move on the city side. And there might be a possibility. Okay, he's spotted now. UV is spotted. UV's position is being controlled by Helef right now. He's being paranoid, and it's going to be an easy pick. Okay, UV gets one pick. But still a 1v3 scenario over here, and Venka will clear him out. It's a 1-0 start. Good start for Chilcot.
Oh wow, that was orchestrated by that one lad, DC, on towards the B side with the Sheriff. Amazing stuff done over there. To actually get Sinks on the first shot and the Paradox in the next. I think DC has improved considerably since his time at Orangutan. I used to share the same boot camp with this lad. I used to see his own practice routines, and I always felt that this is one of the most technically gifted players that we've got, especially on a Sentinel. We never really get to see such players on Sentinels, to be honest, but this time, Chilcot, once again, it kind of seemed to be like a more aggressive start to this round though, but they changed things up, switch up the pace really quick. Majority of the players from Rat Syndicate on towards that A side. Look at that, in towards B link as well, but absolutely nobody present on that C side. The spike is wide open, smokes coming off to disguise their presence. A Team Rat Syndicate, they're playing on the back of a plant. They will try and go in for a retake, but I believe it is the Vice from Rat Syndicate that is holding them back. Kohli and the rest of the boys will flood into the side, of course. Will go in for the plant. Spike is down. A lot of time for this team to think before they can actually react. But they don't have the weaponry though. This is of course a round that follows up a pistol loss, which means you don't really have a lot of credits to buy or upgrade those weapons. You've got to play it on the back of those classics, which gets extremely difficult. And talk about Chilcot's positionings. Look at that. Holding onto the sight lines from outside. 3 players in the side trying to hold up a waterfall as well. All 5 players on towards the gate. Kohli with the fault line being opened up. He thinks people are going to come from tree, but no, they aren't. Here comes the push. Push comes to shove. Homeboy gets the first connection. Finds Techno though, but this seems to be a little too late. Everyone falls, but Chilcot, they get the second round quite comfortably. Not really a lot of troubles, Rat Syndicate. This will be their moment to shine because now they come up with a full buy of their own, Oro.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be their moment, and they have to play it pretty smartly because in the previous 2 rounds, and it has been a C hit from Chilcot, and looks like again they're going to do the same. So it has to be the Vice who's controlling the C side for Rat Syndicate. He has to cut out a lot of work for them. I think DC has been showing a constant presence towards A-Long, but then they have not committed over there. Okay, they know. This time they know that they are coming towards C again, and that's why the rotation is fast. Paradox is already in towards the side. Venka being supported. Didn't get caught up in the razor vine. He has time. Wow, this is going to be a... Oh, okay, Tricky gets one. It's going to be a close fight, Venka! Tricky over there with 2, but Kohli on that stinger alongside Techno picks up 2. Spike is still not planted, Salty. They're still waiting. Homeboy, he has a Phantom. He's going to hold the key right now.
Yeah. If it all will, I mean, as of yet, it seems like Rat Syndicate, they have an idea that this team will try to fall back. They did clear out the corners. One of the paranoia just got wasted over there. Chilcot playing with their lives, toying with their opposition, and now moving on towards that A side to go in for a plant. UV will manage to retake the site right in time though, but I think the fall will give away some of those. Almost patched up. Almost dished up a double. Could have actually been a collab, but Techno, like we always talk about, this man lingers in the shadows and always gets that success. Chilcot with 3rd round on board, the stinger in hand, finds a Phantom of Homeboy as well and just steals it away to the next round. I almost felt like this could have actually been a collab, but nonetheless, what a round, what a dicey round to be honest. And this is what we are expecting in this entire game of Valorant, ladies and gentlemen. Rat Syndicate versus Chilcot. where one of the teams, especially Chilcord, are just taking an amazing advantage. But always remember, Tricky is the top fragger from Rat Syndicate. Paradox is yet to open his account. Homeboy just has one kill. When these two lads actually get going, I feel like things are going to change for Chilcord. But the question still remains, when will they begin?
Okay.
Venka?
Venka has already closed down. Pretty close, making in slow moves without even committing any utilities. Now, okay, Venka has taken his shots. They will know that they're committing towards A. The spike is there towards the A side. Venka, he's going towards CT. And nobody is watching, and this can be difficult for Tricky now. He doesn't have his gun in his hand. Gets one pick, comes inside, and now the Omen is stuck. And he will also be taken out, and the side is up for grabs. Salty. Looks like a pretty easy round for Chilcord right now. Paradox is spotted. These will take down the second one. He almost thinks is on to low HP. Gets caught off with the relay ball. Jumping and swinging comes in Venga and cleans him up. Easy fourth round coming in for Chilcord. Not yet, Salty. You were saying that when we will see Paradox opening his account, not on the previous round at least.
Exactly right. It feels like Paradox is still in his sleep, bro. I think he needs some weightlifting lessons from you. By the way, guys, Oro is a changed man from the last time I casted with him, by the way. Man's been powerlifting. How is that going, brother?
That's going
What is your squat max? What is your squat max now? What is your squat PR? Let's just have a head to head.
155 kgs for the time being, but currently I am
155.
Don't say anything because I am already, I'll say that, in Hindi we say ki nazar lag gaya hai, and I have a back injury right now and I can't even squat 70 kgs. It's been a month. I'm stuck.
It happens, bro. I've kind of been there. So, in spite of the fact that I've not been powerlifting, I have been lifting for a while. And yeah, dude, I know, right? These squats do get on your backs, and sometimes even Chilcord actually gets at the back of Rat Syndicate as well. Look at that. A 1-for-1 trade going on over here, which kind of goes to show that Chilcord do have the advantage. Inside of this site, the paranoia does come through for Techno and manages to hold on to Rat Syndicate and their retake for just a tad bit longer. Sinks has the vandal, but peeks out with that pistol. Not really a big fan of it. Venka spots one! Gets Tricky! Techno and Hell have come in with 3 kills of their own as Chilcord clean up Rat Syndicate as they try to retake. In one quick sweep, they completely sweep past the opposition. This is the technicality that I've been talking about. Their post-plant positions and their utility usage is so brilliant that they always give their backaches to their opposition. But, well, Syndicate, I'm not sure how they are going to find their first opening, because since they're still yet to get off the mark, I feel like Chilcord might just take this one way.
Okay. Homeboy went on a solo trip over there. Got one. Got the vice over there with his Bucky. He was traded off. Chilcord. You can see the breach with his ultimate and Neon with lower right. So okay, Tricky playing pretty aggressive. Needs to be careful. Oh, he finds a shot onto Helef. Venka this time comes in. He wants to take his trade. He's being paranoid over there. Will now give time for UV to fall back. Okay, this might be the round, Salty, which Rat Syndicate was looking for. But then,
probably.
Do they know that the spike is coming towards the seaside? Sinks, he has the responsibility once again. He will be challenged. Techno is just waiting. They're inside the side now.
I think now they know it. I think Sinks has information that the site has been breached already. A couple of these players stepping in, but I'm not sure if the Sheriff is going to be enough to stop them, because the read does not come through. Look at that, the rest of the players and their positioning. They're still holding on to some random positions in the middle of the pitch. as of yet. Syndicate, they
Wait,
actually
what?
decide to disengage. 12 seconds on the clock. What are they doing? In the middle of nowhere.
Oh
Now
no.
they find the players of Paradox as he strikes. A complete mishap, but Chilcord, they managed to plant just in the nick of time. Benka in proper positioning to try and hold back that backstab from coming.
Oh
Beautiful
no.
position from him, but no, Tricky shuts him down. UV, Tricky, and everyone else from Rat Syndicate. This, just like you mentioned, I think this is going to be the revenge arc, brother. All 5 players, or rather all 4 players, going to flood into the side. 46 Yashimi and Techno trying to ring around the Rosie. Gets one, but that's all she wrote for him. The Rat Syndicate, they finally open things up. The first round on board, and I think with this, they get off the mark.
A lot of overthinking done there by Chilcord. Didn't help them. Homeboy there. I think he started things off and then Tricky just continued. These kind of sheriff shots just helps the confidence, and this is what Rat Syndicate actually needed. They needed a confidence round, and it could have not been better. And now Homeboy comes out with the big boy. He has the operator in his hand. Oh no, he changes it up. He goes back to the Vandal. Oh no, he has it. He's just confusing me right now. Okay, looks like there is a technical pause right there, but then the scoreline says it all, that it has all been Chilcot, and Rat Syndicate has just taken a leap of faith and just taken one round. They have to play it with with merit, because it's not going to be easy with the setups and with the kind of executions Chilcot has been doing right now on Lotus, right, Salty?
That. I think Chilcord has an amazing lead on this map so far, but then they will have to hold on to this lead as long as they possibly can, because I think on the attacking side, the Rat Syndicate, they can also hit. We've seen Homeboy kind of switch games, turn around games completely. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think we have seen Rat Syndicate go up against Chilcod. So I think this is possibly going to be Homeboy's biggest test so far inside of this competition. But if he does decide to step in today, especially on the attacking side, Chilcod will need a buffer bigger than 4 rounds. They can't just rely on a 4-round buffer. But ladies and gentlemen, you wouldn't need a 4-round buffer if you actually get some amazing deals that we are bringing you from Vijay Sales over here. So basically, thanks to Intel Gamer Days, I was talking about certain discounts that Vijay Sales are offering. Get yourself some discounts, get yourself some amazing deals. What you can actually do get is, there are going to be 2 codes which pop up on our screens, Game 8 and Game 10. Both of these 2 discounts are going to give you both of these 2 codes are going to give you certain discounts. Game 8 is going to give you a flat 8% discounts on Intel Core gaming powered gaming laptops. Or if you actually use Game 10, it's going to give you a 10% off on Intel Core powered gaming laptops as well. All of this has to be checked with the links in the description. Go ahead on Vijay Sales and find out your lovely little laptops so that you can actually upgrade your setup as well. But with that being said, Oro, I still feel like the Rat Syndicate, they are inside this game, especially with that kind of performance. It felt very dicey, like they had the site for themselves. There was only one man, but still they decide to move away from the site, go to the A site and plant the spike, which did not really make any sense to me. But just made their work so much more difficult. I think so much thinking is not required. Chilcod, they are just good enough only by the merit of their aim.
Yeah, which is true, and I think already we have seen Venka doing that. We have seen Techno with his plays, and also Helef. I think he has not shown his full potential yet. It's yet to be seen on this map at least, and on this best of 3. If this team plays on merit and executes every plan which they have got, as you said, we might not see the likes of the 3rd map. We might see it ending up on Corrode itself. But then it's Lotus, which we are going to see right now, where we have already witnessed 6 rounds. And in that, Paradox or the experienced campaigners, which we have seen playing back in the days for Rat Syndicate currently, they have not been firing all cylinders. They have not been at least winning those aim duels, which they should have. and also Homeboy. You said that it is going to be a big test for him. I've seen him playing against Diversity. It was a very different Homeboy there. He was at least able to find spaces. On a Neon, you cannot be sticking on a corner, and you cannot be getting taken off so easily without even taking one pick at least. It's going to be very difficult for your team because you are the only duelist on the attacking half when the things will matter. Of course, he has to be the one who's going to create those spaces for his team. Otherwise, it will be more difficult for Rat Syndicate to create spaces. And let's see how that pans out. But Chilcott looks pretty okay right now.
He looks pretty okay for sure. I want this to end on 2 maps because I think there's going to be a lot of trash talk after that. Paradox and all of these lads, they are quite well knit, especially Paradox and Tricky, because they've been part of the same roster where was Revenant Esports, and I've spent time with them, and these two boys, they are very, very close buddies. So I hope that there is a little bit of trash talk, a little bit of teabagging as well. All of that, ladies and gentlemen, will come back after a very short break. You don't go anywhere, as we are going to take a chill pill and we'll come right ahead with the Rat Syndicate and Chill Cod game.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
I'm on the score line. One trivial mistake, ladies and gentlemen. मैं बात कर रहा था. I was talking, but then the mic was on mute. Pardon me for that, but it's completely fine as long as the games begin. As DC opens things up with that operator. Look at that, 2 quick kills from that man on the operator, which puts Rat Syndicate even at a big disadvantage. Tricky gives away his position though. Everybody knows about him being present over there. While Rat Syndicate try to come up on a retake, 4 players from Chilcot are dwelling on the site.
Looks like Venka and Techno both are just waiting for the players to just drop down from the ropes. Homeboy, he takes down Venka over there. Boy, his position is going to be very crucial right now. Helif takes down, but then Techno, his position isn't revealed, and he just took Homeboy off by surprise. Tricky. It looks like he's stuck, and looks like Chilcott is going to get the 6th round up on board really quickly. Salty again. Okay, Tricky is back though. He was just standing there. He wanted to save his weaponry, which isn't a bad choice though. Looking at the current situation, the economy is shattered. They have not been given the chance really by Chilcott to build that economy. They won that eco round, and after that it has been again Chilcott. They have pulled it back once again. Homeboy, once again, he opts for that operator. It didn't help him in the last round. It's going to be a chance once again for him to retrieve. But then the kind of positions he's being taken right now, he's been taken off pretty easily. Okay, looks like a aggressive hold from Tricky, but then he needs support. Chilcott haven't really committed.
Chilcott definitely haven't committed, and they don't usually. For the reason in the Rat Syndicate, I think this should be a good round for them. They should be able to combat this because they've got 4 ultimates on their side. DC, of course, with the operator has been a nuisance, but this time Paradox and Newbie, they find 2 quick kills, which gives them an advantage. Homeboy with the operator finds Kohli. A very important frag. Chilcott looking to switch things up as Sinks. He's still alive. 2 of their players, especially DC on that operator. 3 players as soon as the smoke dissipates. No way DC can actually handle it. Fumbles that shot. Rat Syndicate with the flawless on their end gets the first round on board. This is a statement on how this team is not here to just lose, right? They are here to give them a fight, and Chilcott potentially will not have it that easy.
6-2. Homeboy, it paid off. The operator pick this time paid off for him. And most importantly, I think Kohli, he was doing the right thing by going inside the smoke to surprise the players, but then it didn't happen, so he got picked off pretty early. This time, it is the 9th round, and it's a pretty fast control being taken by Chilcott right now. Oh wait, what? Helif finds Tricky through the smoke. Tricky would be pissed, of course. But then you should expect at this level that if you are peeking through those predictable angles or those sprayable angles, you might find yourself off guard. Okay, the Nightmare being committed. They know that this time it's an A hit. And everybody is just waiting. The spike will go down. Yeah, the spike is being planted by Kohli right now. This retake is not going to be easy. Venka, he takes UV, but then Aftershock gets the better of him, Salty.
Yes, it does. But now look at this, Chilcott. As soon as they step into the slide, it is the Rolling Thunder that comes through. Overdrive from Homeboy. This can actually sweep up everyone. No way, he actually misses. The Rolling Thunder went massively horrible. Shots from that operator still connecting. DC comes in with the kill of his own. And there you go, 7th round on board for Chilcott. It seems like they are putting up a turmoil against Rat Syndicate, tormenting them at every step of the way. Rat Syndicate will have to think about their plans a little bit more because it certainly is not working out. Paradox with that Rolling Thunder. It was a little premature because players were on towards a tree side, and by the time Homeboy had activated his overdrive, he himself got stuck in that Rolling Thunder instead of the opposition, which resulted in their demise. Trivial mistakes like this not expected from a team like Rat Syndicate this time though.
Oh no.
Venka will try and open things up quite quick on towards the seaside, but this time it seems like Chilcott, they'll wait for a while before making that entry.
Oh, DC, he was waiting for Paradox. Tricky gets the trade, but Helif, look at him. He was just waiting for that A push. It's just so good, Helif. Just reading the players like a book at this point of time. But UV, will he get Helif? Helif is not watching that angle. No, Helif, he's still there. And UV doesn't know it. Takes 3 players down in this round, and he hasn't, literally bled one shed of HP right now, and it's all Chilcott. They're running back towards A. They want to go and plant the spike over there. Sinks is, of course, there on the line, but then it's not gonna be easy for him to pull this round in his favor. He has a Guardian, and look at Venka. He's already rotating from CT. Run spot. Done. The 8th round. Yeah, Salty, you said that they need more than 4 rounds. I mean, looks like that the things are going to be very difficult for them on their attacking half. They need at least those cushioning. We know that Lotus is an attacking favored map, but then you need to control some rounds on your defensive half. Otherwise, you can't just win with 3 or 4 rounds on board all the time.
Yeah.
And when you are going up against a team like Chilcott.
Yeah. True that. I think the differences are massive right now. The best case scenario will be to actually go in for a 93
No.
potentially. With this being an eco round as well for the Rat Syndicate, don't see a positive outcome here as well. Kohli with the Phantom. Cause of problems. So Flash is already ready with the breach as Helef is also on his toes to try and peek. It's 4v2 right now, only 1 trade being found against 3 from Rat Syndicate. And Paradox with the Sheriff, this time once again not really finding the right timing. Helef pushed a little bit further, find a kill for himself. Steps in a couple of more and finds things worries him to the ground as well. Chilcott 9th round to Rat Syndicate's 2. Like I said, the best case scenario for Rat Syndicate will be a 9-3 because this is going to be the round where they can come up with their full buys. Vandals and full sheets all across the board. But can it help Team Rat Syndicate to finally find their groove? And I think for that, Homeboy and Paradox needs to play together. The coordination, which we always expect, especially from these professional players, is much more. And we haven't really seen Paradox play his natural game. With Rat Syndicate losing so many rounds, I think this one might just be a little bit of softening blow onto their wounds. Maybe a comeback on the attacking side, but it's still a very long stake. On towards the C side, look at that. Venka progressing further. Sinks not anticipating it. Falls to the Phantom. Chilcott already have a massive advantage. With Sinks being taken off their massive anchor onto the seaside, a couple of these players do want to come in from that waterfalls region, and it's so important, but nobody in from backstab, and that is, I think, their biggest problem. Ultimates being applied, the Nightfall is there.
Oh no.
But nobody on the back of it to just retake. It's still utility after utility from Rat Syndicate, and it's very obvious that this team is not feeling very confident about themselves as Venka just eats up players one by one. Kohli won't give him the ace, and he's probably going to be extremely pissed about that, but Chilcott, a 10-2 half in the first one. Did not really expect this, especially since we talked about how Rat Syndicate and Chilcott might actually be the grand finals of this tournament. But now look at this, the outcome of the first half. I hope things change in the next already.
Yeah, I mean, a nightmare with that Steel Garden, Salty. I don't know how do you counter that. I still have no idea how to counter that situation. You turn deaf, you don't have the primary weaponries, you are just stuck with those pistols. It's very difficult. And I remember Aggressive saying that Rat Syndicate, we have seen them playing on Lotus. It isn't their best picks. But against Diversity, they were an all different team. But again, your opponents does matter. Every team has their own, potentials and pros and cons. So yeah, Chilcott has just found too many loopholes, and they have just, picking things on merits. And currently, it looks like a pretty one-sided game. If they don't convert this round, I think Chilcott will just close it out with 13-2, if not more than that.
Oh, for sure. What a shot. Look at this, but Chilcott on the defensive side of things, pulling the same level of triggers.
Oof.
Venka's so crucial on his feet, on his positioning, finds Sinks through a little chink in his armor. Chill caught in a 2v3 situation this time. The Kohli will have to pick up the reins of it. Has two flashes to help Techno. I wonder if the paranoia still exists. Paranoia does exist. Players do get blinded as Techno find the first one. Tricky gets taken down, and so does Paradox. And now,
Really?
all of a sudden,
Oh,
the
no.
situation shifts on its
Ooh.
feet. It's UV versus Techno. It's Human versus Human. Headshot strikes. UV, not a lot of SP for this man. Needs to try and go in for the
He's
shot, but
sticking.
I think he's giving up. He does not know. The spike
Oh
is
my
getting
God.
defused. But well, oh well. The ninja on the Omen and SMU with Techno. Seems like you all are vibing to a techno party after this. He said his song is his music. And the sweet chin music striking on the chins of the opposition. Headshots after headshot. This man has been so brilliant.
I think on Chilcott's side, everybody has stepped up on their part. I think, and there was a round where Hell stepped up. There was this previous round Techno did. DC on that operator, he's lurking with that Vice. He was doing the job which his team asked for. And also, obviously, Venka, you don't need anything to say about him. See, we have seen him doing wonders. Haven't seen the best of Venka yet, but then when you can achieve this result without even showing your best, it's good things for you. On a homeboy stuck right now. He's stuck, my friend. Paranoia will slow things up, but DC will find one onto UV. DC will find homeboy as well. Tricky there. Okay, Paradox and Tricky. They have the advantage. They will plant the spike. They will upgrade the weaponries. The problem is they don't have the HP right now. Both of them are low.
This is what I want to see.
Oh, yeah,
Techno on full HP. This man has two teleports available with him. 3 seconds and he'll find a smoke for himself as well. One paranoia to actually help him isolate those fights. He needs just one connection. And this is one of the reasons why he is trying to be quick on his feet. The aftershock will force this fight. He gets one, but Tricky with the sheriff slaps back in kind. Rat Syndicate get the third round on board. Chilcott could not really follow up on the round after that pistol victory. As Rat Syndicate they fight back. Third round for them. 11 for Chilcott. This was a well fought affair, especially from a position where Rat Syndicate were almost about to lose. It was tricky. Well, the Rems in that quadra from this lad was brilliant. We've been talking about how this man was not in his best of shape, especially when he arrived at this tournament. He was not playing at his full potential, but today he certainly is pulling the tropes, pulling the triggers for Team Rat Syndicate, getting those important kills. This time though, Aaron takes Venga will be in a very fast position. The shotgun strikes, but instantly gets traded out. The aftershock will find one kill. A lot of trades going back and forth, which result in a 2v2 right now. Helef on the classic still finding success, and also 1v2 DC. Just one man alive will still linger and wait for Rat Syndicate to go in for the plant. Needs those odd cues to actually rely on. And I think by now he's got it. But can DC bring this back will be my question. And I don't think he has some amazing weaponry to work with. Sinks in position to shut him down. Fourth round on board for the Rat Syndicate. Chilcott still 2 rounds away from victory already.
Yeah. I thought almost messed up that round. Hell, if he would have connected that right click onto things, it would have been a little easier task for the Vice on the sides of Chilcott to, come and win that 1v1. But then it's okay. It's the fourth round for Rat Syndicate. Still a lot of work to be cut out. They can't lose out on rounds. If they lose out on one, it will be the map point, which Chilcott is hoping to get on this one. They have their weaponry. This time it's a B hit. It's a fast B hit. Players are waiting. Okay, Helef is stuck on that corner. Venka, he needs to be careful. Venka gets the second one. He could have converted the third one. UV gets Venka, but then Helef has traded with Homeboy. They don't have the numbers right now. It's always a risk to commit on this side. And look at the way Helef with his teammates comes in and clears out UV. It only sinks. He has the spike though, that's a good thing. But it's too difficult for him to convert. Okay, he gets two. Then Chilcott had the numbers, right, Salty? The match point comes in really quickly.
Yep. Match point does come in, man. Chilcott, they did fumble a couple of rounds in the process, but they finally got their groove as well, especially with all the weapons on their side. As long as Venka is hitting all his shots, as long as this man is in the forefront of the firing lines, you can expect Rat Syndicate to struggle. He's just that good. Highest fragger on the server, especially with all professional players in there. We all know what Venka is capable of, but this time Chilcott. It seems as if though they are pushing the attackers instead. Who's the defender, who's the attacker? It kind of is still a mixed line because Chilcott, they're the ones who are constantly trying to get those aggressive positions and putting Rat Syndicate in a mix of things where if they do decide to try and hit the C side, all of a sudden all positionings outside the A side has been given away. And if they do decide to turn back, there's already someone waiting in the advanced lines. And that has been the problem so far. They try to hit fast, Chilcott hits back faster. If they try to hit slow, Chilcott is already waiting for them to step onto their traps. Look at Techno, just gliding around that A site. From the minimap, we get so much information, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, one solo Neon from the Rat Syndicate in the form of Homeboy, trying to divert the attention. Rat Syndicate, finally, I believe they're trying to go in for the A hit, but the read from Chilcott is brilliant. 3 players already in position. They know as soon as this man strikes, the utility barrage will come through. Nightfall being activated. Venka will get caught in that. Everybody knows their positioning, but this man still strikes. There's no way we can stop him. Tricky is expecting that smoke to dissipate. He's expecting Venka to go in for the repeat because he knows this man always has those tendencies. But that overdrive leads up 3. Rat Syndicate with just 1 man alive. It's now Homeboy who brings up his overdrive zone. Gets a lot of damage done. The next one as well, a quadra, a clutch. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want a clutch of this caliber as well, you need to upgrade. Thanks to Intel Gamer Days, you can now grab the Intel Core powered gaming laptops in massive savings at Vijay Sales. And let me tell you the dates. From 25th August to 24th of September. Get savings of up to 40,000 on Intel Core powered gaming laptops. And also use code GAME8 to get a flat 8% discount on all of those laptops. Or if you want to go bigger, you can actually use the code GAME10 for a flat 10% discount. This is a limited time offer. Try and visit Vijay Sales or go over to vijay-sales.com and upgrade your setup today. But one final round, or Chilcott, one round away from victory, and what a turnaround that was from Rat Syndicate though, by the way.
Yep. They can convert one more. They don't have the weaponries to play with. The economy is disturbed for the likes of Chilcott. It's Helef who's just holding on to this side. Okay, he will have an idea right now. The revolving door is just open and will close up. Nobody has entered. Helef in confusion right now, but Kohli, he has walked up towards B, and this can be a little tricky. Sinks, will he check this position is just the question. Oh, he is just below him. Kohli knows that. Oh no, Sinks just checks. Oh, before anything worse happened there. He's recovered. That Syndicate, you know what is going on right now. Tricky gets a Venka over there. Will he find one? No, he doesn't. The spike goes in towards B right now. So it's going to be difficult for them to get a retake.
Absolutely. Especially with the kind of weaponry that they have. UV points, both of them. 6-12, Rat Syndicate. It seems like they finally got in the groove, but the question still remains, is it too late? Especially with UV and Paradox not in their best of forms. Look at that, both the breaches struggling, to be honest. Paradox on 4 kills, Kohli on 4 kills as well, but at least the rest of the team for Chilcott has been rather consistent. including Helef, including the rest of the lads as well. Venka has been superb, to be honest. Want to find out if the Rat Syndicate, if they can find a way to stitch rounds and make this comeback, because
Oh,
now with the
no.
full buy coming in from them, Chilcod might have that advantage, but I think it's gone now. Their only controller from this map has vanished because Techno was found right behind those boxes. Predictable positioning, DC all by himself. The Vice will need to fall back, or does he? No. No, wait, he's still stuck onto
no.
that side and nobody else is in position. Rolling Thunder come through. There's so much utility being dumped in, but Kung still does not find success. Helef in position. Needs to connect a couple of these shots to bring down that man advantage, but no, it's a 1v3 right now, and he gets peppered with bullets from all sides. It's Saints who finds a kill, but the Rat Syndicate to get the 7th on board. This map might just extend for a few minutes longer as the Rat Syndicate. It's not the last breath that they are breathing currently.
I mean, that Steel Garden and that Rolling Thunder could have been used in a much better way, Salty. They could have waited. The two players outside C was holding the key, and they did manage to take down both the players, and neither the Rolling Thunder, neither the Steel Cage connected. Okay, at this point of time, it looks like a fast big move from Chilcod, but UV and Homeboy have got it under control. Helef gets one, but Homeboy trades him off as well. Before anything else could have, been explained in that moment, I think it's already done and dusted. Rat Syndicate most likely is going to get this round in their favor. It looks like an 8-12 score line. Slowly and steadily, Salty, we might.
Yeah.
I don't want to say and jinx it, but then you know what's on the cards if these things are not controlled.
I mean, at this point, it's a landslide, to be honest. At this point, it's like there's going to be a buy round, there's going to be an eco round, right? For Chilcod, they are on max loss bonus. So, if the Rat Syndicate actually manage a way to get the better of the opposition during their buy rounds, they automatically get the next round as well. And this is a pattern that will keep on repeating. Look at the economy on the Rat Syndicate side as well. They are completely loaded with two players almost reaching their max. Meanwhile, Chilcod, they barely have weaponry and utility themselves. Now imagine this. If the Rat Syndicate manage to actually win this round, they not only get the 9th round on board, but also the automatic 10th as well, because the next round is going to be an eco once again. Chilcod will have to find a way to find a victory in this one. Homeboy tries to overstep in, the Vice Wall gets activated, but the site is still yet to be cleared. They know, as a matter of fact, the C hit will only get possible when you try and nullify the Vice utility. On towards the mid region, gets caught on guard. Sinks finds the connection. Where was this team in the first half? All of a sudden, this team finds a group as well. DC finds one, but instantly gets straight out as well. The seaside has been blasted open. Spike goes in.
Okay,
a lot of utility. Brother has been killed. Good stuff over there, Svenka. He finds Homeboy. This match really is turning it on its page. But all of a sudden, Venka, the man, the myth, the legend, steps in up with the operator, just like Arjun did with his Gandhi, and completely changed the Kurukshetra. What a fight it was, and what a finale it was. I have been hyping these two teams because they have shown caliber that we've not seen in the games apart from this. But what a competition, what a fierce competition it was. And I hope that the Rat Syndicate will be able to come back in the next map. But I want to know your thoughts, Aurav.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was the right thing to be, be taken care of by Venka. The way you said that he should have been the man. He was the man, and I think the way he executed and just showed us that why we were placing the bets on this guy, that if he start connecting his shots, if we see the best of Venka, we might not see Rat Syndicate, in the picture as well. They started making that comeback, but then I think it was more Chilcod who was making those mistakes or those, vulnerable spots which they could capitalize on. But I think it was Rat Syndicate who could have done better things. with the planning and also with their agent selections. A lot of things to be spoken about, specifically a Paradox. He was not at all in his elements. He was not able to convert those duels. Also, Homeboy,
Yeah.
it took a lot of time to, I think, start finding his groove. It has to be very, very
Yeah.
smart, and it has to be very, very fast with an opponent like Chilcott. Otherwise, if you're very slow and you are always playing that catch-up game.
He for sure was playing the catch-up game. I think the momentum for Rat Syndicate came out quite late inside the game, especially because they were on the defensive side to start things off.
Yeah.
As soon as they turned on towards the attacking side, it kind of felt like they were a little more comfortable. But then this is Valorant, right? You have to not just prepare for the attacking side, but also have to prepare for the defensive sides as well. But nonetheless, Syndicate take away the victory, a 1-0 lead in this best of 3 series. Next up, we're going to be playing the map of Corrode. But I guess the statistics are going to be ready, if I'm not mistaken. I'm still waiting for the cue from production if we are going to be showing these statistics, ladies and gentlemen. But this best of 3, like I said, might just be moving on to the third map. Or what do you think?
Looks like that, but then before saying anything, right, Salty, I think at this point of time, it has to be the individual players who has to step up with their games, because the aim game is also not working in favor of Rat Syndicate. Paradox just needs to step up, and also with all the players, not only just Paradox, also I think Homeboy. Okay, we have the scoreboard ready. Just we can have a look at it. We know the storyline. It's Venka again who will be on top with 26 kills right now. So Salty, and it was tricky. He was the one who was impressive right from the word go. He was the one who was getting those initial picks with that Sheriff. I think he converted that round himself. He got 3 picks in that round where he converted situation for Team Rat Syndicate. But then I think the scoreline says it all, and also Venka and Dees were really impressive on their agents and on their aims.
True that. I mean, you look at a positive KD ratio for both Venka, DC, Helif, as well as even Techno, to be honest. I think Techno was that star in the shadows, to be honest. He was not the shining star, but he definitely was the dark horse inside of this entire composition. We'll move on, ladies and gentlemen, to the MVP of the map, which should not be any surprise. It has to be Venka from Team Chilcott itself. He does have R intakes in front of his name, but then again, it's kind of changed. Good old days. I still miss the man. Man plays great football as well. Great buddy especially, but he never passes to his teammates. One of the reasons why he's one of the main fraggers of his team as well. Just loves to get in those kills, never assists. But talk about the stats. 26 kills, 15 deaths, and look at that assist number. 4. This man knows how to finish his kills himself, and he will never aid anyone else. So that's fine as long as delivering. Headshot percentage of 35 is impressive, but that average combat score is what I want to look at. A 363 point damage every single round. That is impressive in itself. But ladies and gentlemen, enough about Venka, enough about Chilcott. I think the Rat Syndicate, they played decent as well, especially in the second half of the game. It was just way too late for them to bounce the comeback. But next map is not going to be too late, because we are going to be playing the map of Corrode very soon. I think we're still waiting for that notch from production, because if things go right, the next map will begin in just a wee while. But Oro, you've seen the gameplay from both Rat Syndicate as well as Chilcott. I want to know your thoughts on who do you think is possibly getting the best of 3 series to themselves.
Looks like Chilcott after watching the first game, but then obviously you said that this is Valorant, when we cannot expect that one team will deliver all the time. You have to be pretty focused, and you have to be pretty accurate with your game plan. And specifically, it's Corrode, right? I haven't seen the map, and I have not seen teams playing it, so I was also shocked that why is it there as a map pick on the best of 3 scene. So let's see how things turn out on Corrode. This is the first time I'm also going to cast Corrode, and I know this is going to be very interesting with the game plans and the kind of executions teams will come up with. And what happened on Lotus, I'm really concerned now that if the game plans aren't accurate, and Chilcod are very good with their aim game, and they have the momentum, they have the confidence right now. Whenever we are talking about this thing, you should know that this is the upper bracket semifinals. So if in case Rat Syndicate loses out on this situation, they still have a chance. Oh, I think Salty. Okay, he's back. He's back.
He is back. I mean, he's always back. I mean, I like to troll the users, the audience as well. Sometimes unmuting my mic, not really doing that. But I'm waiting for the next game to begin, bro. I'm really waiting for the next game to begin because there's nothing much to discuss. You can talk a lot about how well these two teams have played, but to be honest, Lotus was not the ground where you can judge a lot of things on, because I think that map does not have a lot of balance. On the attacking side, you have a lot of advantages, which while for the team who is retailing, or while for the team who is on the defensive side of things, it's extremely hard for them to actually do anything, to be honest. The retake positionings, you talk about the retake positionings, you talk about post-plant positionings as well. Yeah, it's very hard to predict, and that is one of the reasons why I think majority of the teams, whichever wins the map pick, they always pick up Lotus as their first option, and they start things up on the attacking side of things because, of course, why not? But moving on ahead on the map of Corrode, I think it is going to be very even, Stevens, and I'm waiting to find out what does happen. Can Team Rat Syndicate, especially Paradox, can find his route, because he was not in top form. 4 kills does not justify. I think he had 6 kills for himself. Kohli had 4 kills for himself. That is definitely not as good as you would expect from these two lads.
Yeah. To be honest, I think both the breaches were struggling. I think it was Paradox and also Kohli on their respective agents, and we have seen them, doing really, really well. Obviously, these kind of kills, the kind of scorecard or the kind of things they were able to do on this, they are much better than that, is what I can at least say. I have seen them doing a far more better job for their teams, respective teams, and match-winning performances they have given in the past. So yeah, this time it is Corrode, of course, and I see Venka on that Yoru. It's going to be very difficult for the other team. Tricky is also might opt for an Yoru. See a Viper, obviously the Viper is needed. The mid control is required, and it's a smart choice. And Dees is going up on that Viper. He is an agent who is pretty flexible. Last time he was on that Sentinel, now he's on that controller. LF sticks onto that initiator, which is Fade, and Techno and Kohli. Kohli goes up with a Cypher. Okay, interesting choices. We see Deadlock, that's Salty. Onto Homeboy. Okay, last time on a Neon, now on a Deadlock. Interesting picks.
We have a double Sentinel composition. Look at that. A Deadlock and a Chamber. But I would rather see both of these two characters are pseudo Sentinels. I would still prefer to have a Cypher or a KJ. But to be honest, map-wise, I think Chamber does provide that aggressive options as well. But on the other side, on the other team, Chilcod, we found a double controller setup with the Viper and the Clove being there as well. One team is playing on their defensive measures, while one team is looking to get themselves space. Now, whoever actually executes their plans perfectly, I think will definitely get the victory. I didn't remember who was on the attacking side of things, but if Chilcod is by any chance, I'm pretty sure Venka, especially with the Yoru, is going to make use of all the space that Viper and Clove is going to buy for him. And with the Clove, you always have that flexibility. Even if the controller dies, you can still lay down the smokes.
Exactly. That is why I think Clove is a masterstroke. And with that being said, I think this corrosion fog is going to be an interesting thing to watch out for. Stepping through that haze, you don't know what's coming next, right? So it's going to be literally very difficult sometimes. I have find it myself playing very hard on Corrode. You need that game time. You need that, predictable areas, which you saw on Lotus, like how Helef through that smoke could pick that player out. And it was Sinks who was taken aback at this point of time. Odin spams through walls. That is something which is also you can see a lot of spammable walls is there. So I think already Helef is there with that fade. So we will see some spam game coming in. So yeah, Corrode is going to be fun, but there's a pressure on Rat Syndicate right now that they have to win it. It's a must-win situation for them. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for them to obviously go on to the third map. We will not see it only, and it's going to be always going to be a low bracket thing, which is going to play in your mind.
I think so. Yeah, true. I don't mind Rat Syndicate going on to the lower brackets, to be honest, because I hope that can wake them up, possibly.
True.
That can wake Paradox up. Being in the same team, being in the same boot camp, I know this man does. He's more like Snorlax, to be honest. He does get a lot of time to actually get charged up. But ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I think this is a chance for Rat Syndicate to actually make a comeback. They did find their groove in the second half of the first game. Can they make it count in this game as well? All of that will happen on the map of Corrode, which is going to start super soon. So make sure, if you are in chat, to drop down your predictions below. Let's see how many of you guys can actually get it right, because none of us are managing to do so. But if you're still there, make sure you check the links in the description, because Vijay Sales is offering some amazing discounts. Flat 8% to 10% discounts on Intel Core powered gaming laptops as well. All you've got to do is just visit vijaysales.com and grab all the deals that are there. Amazing stuff. And this Intel Gamer Days, it is a limited time offer, by the way, from 25th of August to 24th of September. Do not miss this window if you want to upgrade your setup. But if you have already upgraded your setup, watch this game right from the get-go. It is Chillcott on the aggressive side. It's doing a lot of damage, by the way. 3 kills being secured. And Rat Syndicate, what just happened over?
I mean, before even they could understand what happened with them, they hadn't planned. But Chillcott was just too ready. And Tricky, if you just want to, go up and not take a fight, you just have to be very quick with your movements. Otherwise, you'll get caught off guard, which happened over there. Kind of a flawless round. They only missed out. Homeboy. He only got Kohli over there. Kohli still struggling to find his way. But as long as he's on the winning half, it's fine. You just need to do what your team asks you to do. And as long as you're delivering, it's okay.
My team would still bash me, bro. Even if you were winning 10-2 when I was the lowest fragger, bottom fragger, basically, my team would still bash me.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Paradox. Okay.
Something against us. Casters. Nobody likes casters.
Hello.
People think we speak a lot, and our game doesn't talk that much. But little do we understand that's what we get paid for, but nonetheless. Rat Syndicate 4v5. Venka in position already. Yui does find Kohli this time once again. A little bit of a slow start, I would say, does find Tricky, but then Homeboy instantly trails him. It's a 3-for-3 right now. Chillcott. Where exactly are they venturing to? They're moving on towards the A side, where the chamber has things marked. And look at that, the 3 marks, the 3 dots on the minimap just goes to show where exactly the smokes need to be placed. But when the changer find the connection, what on earth did I just witness? My God, UV. He gets to Helef by himself. Is gonna surrender. A lot of weapons to be secured. Chillcott were just a little too overconfident, I feel.
They messed up big time. They could have converted the round pretty easily. Last time when it happened, it was on Lotus, of course, but then it was a much more controlled scoreline in favor of Chillcott. The scoreline was favoring them, but this time it's an even Steven situation which is happening, which is good actually. We needed this kind of competition. We want Rat Syndicate to at least fight back. They have to. They have no choice. The Viper Wall Obviously blinds the vision. Paradox doesn't have any vision right now. Looks like a mid control coming in from Chilcod. The spike is there, moving in towards stairs, which will mean Fade on that Syndicate side has to cut off a lot of work. This clove smoke being used over there just to block off Paradox's angle. They know that they want to commit towards A. Homeboy gets Venka. The duelist is out. Oh no, this is not gonna be easy. This is why, you know, whenever your duelist is out of the picture, it becomes so difficult with two controllers to get those spaces. Of course, we know that the situation is in favor of Chilcod with those Viper and that Clove abilities. But then, if you're not able to control those spaces, there's nothing you can do. Is what is happening right now.
Exactly. I think Venka needs a little bit of time to actually switch on to that Euro, because again, his aim game is still going to be perfect, but then it's those little teleports that you actually can do with the Euro. It really cause problems for the other team. Keep them on their toes. And you certainly don't want your Fade and your Viper to be the top fragger, right? Chilcod, they haven't really been that successful after the first round. But that is also understandable because they suffered the brunt of the economy system inside of the game so far. After that loss, I think they had a 2-round slumber. But this round, finally, we can actually come back with good weapons, Vandals and Phantoms going all across the board. DC and Techno find 2 kills of their own as Tricky wants to move past the cyber cage. And Spot Kohli will find the connection, now teleports away towards his spawn itself. Meanwhile, Chilcod huddling up outside the A side with one of their players trying to explore the mid opportunities. It seems like Venka will be leading the shot, needs to find this connection as well, but is still waiting for the knock, for that nod from the rest of his teammates as well. Sinks, he gets that connection. 3v3 now. LF wants to actually stop Team Chilcod right outside the smoke itself. They've done a very good job in trying to gatekeep this position so far, but if there is any way Chilcod can actually breach it, it will be by the use of timing. And timing is certainly not on their side. Helen only finds one. It's a 1v2 right now as Sinks gets 2 of his own. 3 kills in fact from this round itself, which doubles up as the Rat Syndicate they get that 3rd round on board. And once again, I believe Chilcod will struggle in terms of economy. Now this is complete Uno reversal from the last map itself, isn't it? We saw last map Chilcod going 5-0, but this time it seems like Rat Syndicate, they have their strats prepared. And the funny part is, this was actually the map which was picked up by Chilcod themselves. Rat Syndicate were the ones who actually picked up Lotus, meanwhile Chilcod were the ones who actually picked up Corrode.
True. And Rat Syndicate looks the better team right now. Okay, Kohli. He didn't use his camera though. Just wants to take a fight. Is it the right thing to do? I don't think so. He uses his camera. His position is revealed. Paranoia, obviously. It's a setup, my friend. You can't be so naive. Oh, Techno has spotted UV. Oh, no. The position just got spoiled. Chamber with his shotty. UV just comes in and takes down Techno. Chilcod doesn't have any reply. Venka gets 2. Okay. Can he deliver though? Still, oh yeah, Corrode. That's Corrode for you. It's obviously spammable. Every wall on this map is spammable, and that is why it's so frustrating as a defender. Or sometimes also as an attacker if you're stuck like this.
Yeah. I think it was a good effort. I think the way he actually connected the first 2 shots was brilliant, but then again, I think I'm gonna say the same things to Chilcod, right? This might just be a slow start, but then once they find the groove, which has to be real quick, by the way, can't let Team Rat Syndicate take away 4 or 5 rounds. But DC, this beast of a man Locked in, lanky
He's-
shoulders, but still manages to provide every single time. Now choose up 3 players from the opposite side. UV has been rendered useless with that operator as he still finds, or at least tries to find, initial
He's-
contact. Meanwhile, DC has been taking down everyone. A quadra from this man on this round turns it into a 1v4 as the spike does get planted, but sinks, he pops out and gets popped off from the server. The operator can be secured if they do want it, but it seems they don't.
Wow.
It was a
Wow,
round
that
which
is
had DC written all over it. Just
true.
strolling around the park, moving around from corner to corner, always predicting the right angles and the right timing. This is the instincts of DC, which I've always loved. And I've loved to see this man on a controller. But that round was just individual brilliance. Chilcott cannot base their game on the basis of that. They need every single one of their plays. More importantly, the communication has to improve, something which was happening on the map of Lotus itself, Oro.
Oh, Tricky gets the better of Techno over there. Oh no, 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 homeboy! And Tricky just cleaning things up before anything could have been said over there, Salty. Chilcott's round was over. I just wanted to say that, Chilcott just needs 4 to 5 rounds on the attacking half because it's difficult. We know that how Corrode can be, evil to you on your attacker's half. But with that being said, we know that double sentinels is the way to go on Corrode. You can layer those setups, which is why Rat Syndicate is, being able to play those spaces or areas like how Chamber and Deadlock is there with those sensors and with that. Obviously, Chamber is a different agent than Cypher and a Deadlock, but then, okay, the ultimate is being used. Did he catch one player? He did catch LM. And UV and Homeboy are again doing it for Rat Syndicate. They need to. I think both the teams should understand that there is a pause button there, specifically for Chilcott. I think last game Lotus also, nobody used it other than that technical pause that happened. There is a tactical timeout as well. If you don't have things to discuss, just take it to just break the flow.
Now, this seems to be like a game which Rat Syndicate are running away with. What the heck just happened to Chilcott? I am not sure, but at least they have 4 ultimates ready for themselves. The Rat Syndicate do have 3 ultimates of their own as well, but they're not really going to be of that much use. Look at that. You've got the Neural Theft, you've got the Viper Spit as well. 2 very important ultimates. You can actually add in the Nunfall as well. But for the Rat Syndicate, this is an eco round where they definitely are going to struggle. A 1-for-2 trade, but Venka manages to find connections on every single one, gets a double for himself, pulls out the dimensional drifting, the spike runs away to safety. Now needs to regroup with his teammate and find a way to plant the spike. Yes, he does! Chases the likes of Rat Syndicate and makes him fall into his trap. But meanwhile, Tricky, he's on a dimensional drift of his own. He will send in that clone to try and disguise his presence, but the Cyber Cage is there, the flash has come through, the Sniper is flash, the connection is there as well. Tony gets absolutely overwhelmed, but this is a flash of his own as well. Venka finds a connection towards Tricky, but this is a spike getting defused. He's taking it and gets it as well. Orto finds the kill on towards Venka to rub salt on the wounds of Team Chilcott. That is how Rat Syndicate reply.
The efforts was there. The effort was there from Chilcott. They almost got that round. But then Homeboy just securing the round for Rat Syndicate. This time, Rat Syndicate looks much more in control. Think over there. I think he got 4 picks if I'm not wrong. It's a quadra for Venka. But then, if the round is in your favor, it becomes difficult. You need those rounds. It is the 10th round which is at play right now. Chilcott has already lost the Viper. They have the Nightmare and the Neural Theft. Those can be countered with. Okay, the Nightmare is being used, but it was Sinks. No, you can't peek Helif. He's just waiting with that op. UV, he gets taken off guard by Kohli. He gets taken through that boxes, but Techno was just coming through. Homeboy's position was revealed. Homeboy, he isn't. Wait.
This map seems to be so annoying, bro. This map seems to be
Somebody
so
coming.
annoying, so many angles. Heleth from Chilcott. Still waiting for that read to come by. Now, I think there's a slight problem here for them as both the players on towards the B side, right outside it, but I can't see the players from Team Chilcott who are still trying to hold on to the spike. They're completely outside the side, and I don't understand what are these post-plant positioning. It's a 1v1 right now. Heleth does have the vandal for himself. The ultimate does get utilized, but Heleth is waiting for the timing. Finds that connection onto Homeboy as Chilcott, they get themselves the third round on board. A very hard fought round which did go on to a 1v1, but nice recovery from these lads.
Homeboy, I think he messed up that ultimate over there. If he would have connected that, obviously, it would have been good night. And Homeboy would have secured another round for them. But then Chilcott, they have pulled it back at the right time. I think 7-5 is something which Chilcott is looking at right now, Salty. And I think that will be an ideal score for any team on this attacker's half. The grab net being placed. Obviously, it's not going to be easy, but Venka, of course, had some different plans. The Paranoiac being connected over there. As you said, Salty, this is an annoying map. Wait. Venka, will he find one? No, Venka. He gets straight off over there. The Nightmare being committed against Chilcott. Which means they have to fall back right now. But the good thing is, nobody is at B side. They just need to go in and plant the spike. They need not overthink this situation. The site is up for grabs. Tricky. His position is going to be crucial right now. He is rotating from the B arc area. Will come in towards the tower. Sinks. Oh no. No. Viper Pit being committed. Looks like Chilcott has it covered, Salty. Wait, Techno, why did you take that shot? You could have waited. The time is going to be the key factor. Tease finds Paradox before he could do any damage, but Tricky, he gets the better of Techno. Helif's position is crucial, obviously. Numbers are in favor. Tricky still finds the one, but Techno comes and cleans things up. His ultimate was activated, of course. Even if he gets taken down, the round is in favor. And as I said, the 5th round is what Chilcott is looking at. Rat Syndicate, they should know that they have done the good work. They should not mess things up right now, because giving 5th round to Chilcott or giving this kind of momentum to Chilcott is just planting their own grave.
They certainly are. 7-4, one more round, and hoping that things can change. Alright. Well, 75 will certainly be a target for them. Venka finds Paradox. Techno gets Homeboy, and UV certainly present. A lot of trades going back and forth, which does bring Chilcott to a 1v2 once again. DC just floating around the map, but a crossfire being set up. Look at that. Just waiting for that connection, and he finally had it. The Rat Syndicate, 8th round 4. It seems like we're moving on to a third map.
Looks like that. 8-4. I mean, whenever you're fighting on mid, there's always a chance, that if somebody is trying to spam through those areas, specifically the position which, if I'm not wrong, it's called the mid top. If somebody is spamming through that area, you ought to find some value. Players are losing HP right from the word go. I think Sings was just trying to throw a haunt over there. Nowhere somebody could spot him, but then still a spamming shot found him, and he was dinked. This is the most important round for Chilcott. Looks like Rat Syndicate wants to hit A. Venka is ready though. He needs some kind of support. Okay. He's holding towards the boxes. The 5. Oh, tricky! He's just getting better, Salty.
UV finds a connection on towards PC. Gets one frag for himself, and the deadlock will certainly cause them problems. Rat Syndicate, this was a very crucial pistol round, which they are about to win. Aleph finds a connection on towards Paradox as well. Syndicate trying to hold on to their dear lives, but it seems like it's not working out for them. Crowley, the last remaining survivor. UV finds it. Rat Syndicate get their 9th round on board.
I think you are correct. We are gonna go towards the third map, and this is a kind of a grand finale for us before the grand finals. To be fair, because these are the two teams who are more likely gonna reach that stage. One, of course, will bow down towards that lower bracket, and one will directly make their way towards the grand finals. Before that happens, there are still few rounds to be played on this map. If Rat Syndicates wins, Tricky has been a brilliant player to watch, of course, on this map, to be fair. Last map. Oh! I don't want to say anything. It's always with us, right, Salty? You said people don't like us. After that happened, I won't say a word.
Yep. Wow. So many shots being utilized back to get a kill for himself. UV finds LF. Rat Syndicate, they have an upper hand, a massive upper hand in this one, but wait, what? Oh boy.
My goodness.
Clue what on earth was Kohli checking? I have no clue what he was doing down there, to be honest. For a second, I thought that he's trying to play it cool, right? He's trying to play it, he's trying not to give away information, but, well, if you miss shots like that, then nothing can help you possibly. Look at that, but Techno. So much responsibility on his shoulders, along with, if I'm not mistaken, Helef. Where do they come from? How do they get it? Techno. This time trying to climb on top of heavens. Yet to actually find his positioning. DC. Pardon me for that, it's not Helef, it's actually DC. Connects that first headshot, but still gets taken out. Quite unlucky, to be honest, but the Rat Syndicate 10 rounds to 4. It seems like Chilcott has sort of surrendered or given up the momentum right now.
The economy is something which I'm also concerned about. They have the 10th round on board, and they are buying the Vandals and the Phantoms, but you can see they don't have the luxury to go and get a full armor. They're going in with a half armor thing, but at this point of time, it will not matter if Haunt spots you out like this. Helef and Venka finds value over there. The Prowler will spot one more. Oh no, the reload. Techno was just so ready and takes down Paradox over there. Sinks is the lone warrior. Something for Chilcott. Scoreline says 10-5, and obviously those half buys still matter. Convert the rounds. And Helef and Venka through that mid top again, as I said. From that mid top area, if you're spamming through a smoke blindly, also 9 out of 10 times you'll find value, Salty. That is what has happened And that is how Corrode is. And that is why we were saying from the word go that this is a frustrating map to play. Either ways, if you're on a attacker's half or on the defensive half, it doesn't help you.
Position brings things up. Rat Syndicate once again start things aggressive, rather. Benka is always there. All these mid fights, they do bring out the beauty of this map, to be honest. So many angles, so many long distance engagements, and majority of the mid to long range encounters, I believe, has always been dominated by the likes of Rat Syndicate. Venka does thrive on situations like these, and this is one of the reasons why he constantly gets those kills. And look at that, he keeps on flying high as 4 kills coming for Chillcord. The amount to come back, 10 to 6, not too bad. Won a couple of more rounds. I feel things will be back to even Stevens. And not just that, I feel the momentum will also swing to the side of Chillcord as well.
Rat Syndicate. If I'm Rat Syndicate at this point of time, I would not want Venka to be in his elements at least. Because if you're just giving this man the confidence which he is wanting to, is just, going to make life difficult. Kohli, another guy who has not stepped up, but Venka, okay. He had a Vandal, right? Last round. Okay, he swapped out with his teammate and he finds value. As long as you are finding value, Venka, he is constantly finding value. We were astonished with the kind of ACS he had in the last game, right, Salty? Okay, it's a good setup this time for Kohli. Finds 2, Things comes in and takes him down, but Venka, without even dying, he has got, I think, 7 frags, 7 kills. So yeah, 19 to 13 already. That ACS is just gonna climb up.
Yeah. And look at that, I mean, 3 back-to-back rounds for Team Chillcord. All of a sudden, it seems like the situation has sort of improved from where they were. 1 more round, and they will finally break the economy of Rat Syndicate. And playing on max loss bonus is not a boon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bane, to be honest. You might feel you have enough money to just try and buy enough, but it is the grave which digs. Look at that, Tricky finds Kohli, kind of overextended to actually get that kill, and Venka is there to actually double things up. Trades happening left, right, and center, which brings us to a 2v2 right now. Stings tries to force his way into the side, but he gets taken down. It's a 1v1 and Dick wins it all. That was a really quick round, but Chillcord win it. This was chaotic.
You say chaotic, I'll say drama. I mean, if it's something which we can say as a player, there are no way you get that luxury to say ifs and buts. We say that in esports is something which caster can say and not a player. If that from that could have been connected, I think it would have been closed. But then it was Techno again with his smart play. Kohli comes ahead, places the camera, and as you said, that once you start losing rounds, the momentum is gone. You certainly find it difficult to connect those shots, and that is what is happening right now with Rat Syndicate and Chillcord. It's just taking things calmly. UV, he has his weaponry in his hand. He has the ultimate committed over there. He's trying to jump spot from that mid top area. Nothing to spot yet. Looks like an A hit. The spike is with the Omen. Creeping in slowly. Tricky will obviously be the one. Okay, the sound is given. The sound cue is given, which will obviously mean the Viper smoke to come up. Prowler, nothing spotted yet. Chillcord. I think once you slow things down... Oh, no. I'll take my words back before even I could say it. UV has taken out Venka. Deez comes in and trades Paradox. The only controller is out. The spaces are going to be difficult right now for Rat Syndicate. Which is happening? Elif just gets better over there. Takes down the man. Gets the third one as well. Before he could rendezvous, UV was taken out. But yeah, I was going to say that once you slow things down, it's in favor of Chilcott because they want things to be slow. Specifically if you're on the defender's half. Which means that Rat Syndicate was obviously overthinking that round and it didn't help them.
Who wins that, he wins the race. There is a saying. There's a saying for a reason.
Yeah.
Rat Syndicate, last round was an eco. This one is a full buy. One last opportunity before Chilcott automatically take the lead, not just by winning this round, but the next round following up will also be an eco round as well, as DC opens things up, finds UV from the distance. All these engagements on towards mid, will find another one. That good stuff right there. Paradox takes out one of the initiators from Team Chilcott, but that's fine. It's a 1-for-2 trade, and Chilcott are going to be more than happy with it. Paradox still looking to find those openings as the Viper wall does cut it through. Chilcott has been split up really well. They know that the ball is in the court of Rat Syndicate. They're the ones who need to arrive to come in with the spike. They will end up on territories where they are marking. And Techno is already in a great position. Please don't overstep Techno. Sinks Ale is going to come by. Look at that immediate engagement though. DC once again finding good positioning. He finds another one. He finds a triple for himself. This man has been a solo destructor. Make it a 4! Wow! Time again, I think DC has just proved his potential. He's one of the best players. He's turning to be one of the best players in the scene right now, especially the way he controls games like these. This is basically a simulation of a tier 1 game right now, tier 1 official game right now. If you look at the players and the quality of them and the caliber that they have, their past experiences, with DC dominating rounds like this, especially when his team desperately needs to. I think this man is meant for big things. I'm talking about big things, ladies and gentlemen. Eco round coming in from the lads of Rat Syndicate. Meanwhile, Chilcott, they've got 4 ultimate online, and they can use it whenever things get a little dicey. Tricky with the first flash, will not find any sort of connection. Venka is going to get saved as well. All of a sudden, this team has been stopped in their tracks as Techno keeps on chewing up. LF and Techno duel up together. This team doesn't seem to stop. Chilcott are struggling right now. Another player gets spotted. This time goes in with the shorty. Finds a connection. It's almost Child's playing for Team Chilcott from 10 to 4 to 10 to 11. It's been a 7th round extravaganza. The Chilcott has just punched and punched the likes of Rat Syndicate.
I saw on the camera
Almost
that
as if like in a boxing match, you pick your opponent up, take him to your corner and keep on taking blows at him one after the other.
Looks like WWE to me. Not a boxing fan. But then Viper's Spit being committed early on in the round, and I saw that Homeboy was biting his nails. Obviously, that's not a good sign for that.
References, I think. If you want WWE references, I think it is going to be Brock Lesnar's Suplex City, which Chilcott is currently finding Rat Syndicate on. Blows after blows, and there is no end to it.
Correct. DC actually will be holding this area. It's really going to be hard for Homeboy to find a way. It's a patience game. Looks like with Chilcott is winning right now. They have the lead. If they win this round, it's going to be game point. The Gravnet misses him. Kohli spots players on his camera. Haunt. Okay. Haunt doesn't haunt him really. He tries to spam. He tries to get some value over there. DC, he gets the second one, but the Homeboy comes and trades him up. The problem is the spike is down on the side. Everybody knows that. They need to recover the spike. Nightmare being committed by Chilcott. It is much more difficult right now. From Kohli from B Tower. Techno comes in and he picks Tricky over there, and there you go. It's game point for Chilcott. We said it that you just need to be very good with your executions. You just cannot, pass on the baton to the other team if you are not able to control things up, specifically if you are at Syndicate right now, because you're already one map down. It wasn't your map pick. Lotus was your map pick. You were looking the better team. You were taking things correctly on this map at least. But then the momentum has shifted.
Syndicate.
Like that.
Well, one opportunity for them to turn things around, but on the attacking side, it seems like they have been struggling quite a bit. Shilkot love to be on the defensive side this time. The Tricky will try to find the connection, but Kohli sets him down. Venka with the operator. DC struggling to find the kill, but he still managed to scramble past his opposition. This is insane, man. Shilkot no 1v2 now.
Oh,
UV
no.
knows that he's stuck in a rock and a hard place now. One quick spot and he should be done. Both Techno and Venka are extremely mechanical aimers. They're really good aimers, to be honest. They just need that one opportunity. They need to spot QB. And as soon as they do it, I think it's going to be done.
Yep, it's done and dusted, Salty. I think it was Shilkot from the word go. For some time we thought that Rat Syndicate might pull this map back and we might go on to the third. Then Shilkot, obviously being that experienced, they know. There was a reason that why they wanted to choose this map. It showed that why they wanted to play this, even if they were not in control in the first half. Made sure that there was a scoreline where they could, keep things in their control, and 8-4 was a good scoreline to be honest. And I think whenever we see these maps, not really speaking about Corrode, but then even if it's an attacking favored map or a defensive favored map, whichever favored map it is, regardless, you need those rounds at least a 4 to 5 round buffer, through which you can create a comeback or maybe create that cushioning where you are comfortable with, so that as a team you feel comfortable. I think that was a set plan which they had. They wanted that 4 to 5 round thing and they got it, and I think Shilkot delivered.
They absolutely delivered inside. I think that first half, that second half from the first game and the first half of this game, I think both territories were controlled by Rat Syndicate, but after that they could not actually make anything out. Imagine bottling a 10-4 lead. I think that is a very saddening end to their journey as well, because see, when you have an 8-4 half, you know that alright, fine, both the teams do have a chance, but the other team needs to win the pistol round. Rat Syndicate, they won their pistol round as well. They made it the round following it as well, making it 10-4. From there, I think lose all the rounds consecutively. There has to be a lot of deep talks going on right now. They would have been in the end of a lot of beating from the side of Chilcott, and Chilcott had played flawlessly, to be honest. All of a sudden they just ladies and gentlemen, this is Super Saiyan Chilcott, and we are here with a Kamehameha. Nonetheless, they completely take things with them and move ahead, I believe, in the grand finals of the upper brackets, meanwhile sending Team Rat Syndicate to the lower brackets, where I think they are going to thrive, although I think they're going to come back. They are going to have a very smooth journey as well. Not a lot of teams who can compete against this lineup, because they do have players who certainly were not in the best of conditions today. I think Paradox as well, not in the best of form, but when they do football, I feel like Rat Syndicate can certainly make their life hell of their oppositions.
Yeah, I think Tricky also missed a spot. He was doing really good on that Yoru in the first half at least. And when the swap happened, I think I thought, where was Tricky? I missed him, literally. I just saw him on the kill feed being taken down, where he was to be the one to create the space. and that is what is needed of you if you are a solo duelist. Specifically, Yoru is a solo agent. You don't need help. You have those fake outs, you have those gate crash, you have those dimensional drift to help you with. For the timing, we have the scorecard in front of us. Obviously, expected that Venka would be the star player, and he just showed. You were correct that when you have a scoreline with 10-4, you just cannot give a player like Venka a quadra, because you're just feeding him confidence, and that's what happened. And after that, it was a turnaround from Chilcod, and you have it. DC was already connecting his shots. I remember there was a round which DC was. You said that it was written all over for DC, where he got a quadra again. So if you're giving those individual players confidence, and I think these are talented players and high caliber players who will make you pay, and they just did it.
For sure, dude. But ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at the MVP of this map once again. I believe it is going to be Venka himself. Venka's full name is Venka Bot, and I don't think he's a bot who gets shot at. I think the game just discovered a bot that can actually kill everyone else on the server, and named him Venka Bot. Stat 315 ACS, consistent, again 25 kills. This man just keeps getting better. Last map we saw a headshot percentage of 35. This time we see a headshot percentage of 36%. It's insane. We move on to the match, which again it will be Venka himself completely dominating this match. One-sided kills. Man drops a 50 bomb in 2 maps. Only 31 deaths. 36%, and an average combat score of 337.75.
Yeah.
You can just look at these stats and you can just praise this lad. I think he's inhuman. I think he's not made for a region like this. I think he's made for much bigger things if he does decide to compete. But if I'm not mistaken, I also had given trials for the Spanish football team or something like that. Like he's good at everything. But with that being said, if you liked today's gameplay, if you liked how Chilcod played against the likes of Syndicate and they come back, then I must assure you that yes, it is a lot about skills, but you also need the right set of gear to actually do it as well. And due to the game a day, Intel has actually amazing offers. In fact, right? Vijay Sales has a number of you guys. So you were probably seeing all the codes pop up. Game 8, Game 10, and been wondering what they were about. Let me just tell you, you can actually go ahead to vijaysales.com and find yourself some amazing deals on the Intel Core-powered gaming laptops as well. A massive sale is running over there, which starts from 25th of August to 24th of September for an entire month. Just go and upgrade your gear. I'll tell you why. Not only you can actually get up to 40,000 on select Intel Core-powered gaming laptops, you can also get a discount of a flat 8% off if you use the code GAME8 on some amazing Intel Core-powered gaming laptop as well. And if you want to go bigger, then you can actually put the code GAME to a flat 10% discount. With that being said, I mean, what are you waiting for? See, I know all of you guys might not be playing your esports matches or Valorant matches, but if you want to actually, have a smooth gaming experience, be it AAA titles or be it just casual 5v5 bugs with your friends, everybody loves to flex and everybody loves to have a smooth gaming experience, and that will happen only if you visit Vijay Sales today and get yourself some amazing gear. But with that being said, Oro, I think today's game was one of the best. I'm hoping to see both these two teams fight once again, where both the teams come in with their strengths prepared. Tonight it was for Chilcod, who are going to be celebrating, but ladies and gentlemen, there's still one more best of 3 action, which is over weeks. That will happen in a new stream, but for tonight, I think it's time for us to be. This is me, Salty, signing off alongside Oro. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next match.
Bye.